Hey guys, my name is Muska and welcome to Overwatch Central and the Blizzard Games page of Blizzard.com. I want to take a look at this today because I wanted to talk about Overwatch situation as a Blizzard Games franchise amongst the other ones. Where they're at, what Blizzard have done with development, some things that they've actually been working on but not been talking about, and why Overwatch is so important for Blizzard in 2019. Let's get started. Here are the different games that they have active right now. There's some more at the bottom here, but these are the main games that Blizzard have going for the moment. Let's go through them one by one really quickly. World of Warcraft, a game that's had a few different expansions. The past 3 ones have been a little bit of an up and down sort of experience, but it's still around doing okay but not growing. Diablo 3. The recent Switch port for Diablo 3 is pretty much the only thing that's happened with the Diablo universe lately in terms of releasing anything, but the development has been scaled down. They're definitely working on some things that we don't really know much about. Diablo Immortal is obviously going to be mentioned whenever Diablo is, but in general Diablo right now is not a very active franchise and Diablo 3 is not a very active game compared to other big titles out there. StarCraft 2 and the RTS genre has just not been super popular in the last few years, but StarCraft 2 is still a cornerstone of RTS. If RTS makes its way back into the industry more and there's more demand for it, I'm sure that Blizzard will be there with some sort of StarCraft innovation, but as of right now, StarCraft is just not a very big game either. Heroes of the Storm had its top esports league, the HGC, be cancelled entirely by Blizzard, and also at the same time seemed to have had development be scaled down, as it was mentioned in the same announcement post. So Heroes of the Storm isn't really growing or super popular right now, that's for sure. Hearthstone is a free-to-play game for PC and mobile, and because of that it's obviously gonna have quite a lot of players overall, and with the way that their content plan of releasing expansions and such has been going, I assume that Hearthstone is doing pretty alright, but it's not really an up and coming, still growing sort of title, and I don't think that we'll see some sort of expansion to Hearthstone that just makes the game explode in popularity again out of nowhere, but who knows. And that leaves us with Overwatch, as a franchise that has so much potential for Blizzard. A lot of people thought Overwatch was gonna actually be free to play when it was coming out, but it was announced to be pay to play, and it's still been so successful. But there's no doubt that there's a lot of potential in Overwatch still. It's left such a big mark in the gaming community, and people still log in all the time for seasonal events and other things. The servers still crash every time. And Blizzard definitely know that Overwatch as an IP holds a lot of weight. However, if you look at it as a franchise and you check Google Trends for example, you can see that interest over time on World of Warcraft and Hearthstone and Overwatch all kind of trickled down a bit over time and are not as high as they used to be, and that makes sense. Over time there's definitely going to be less interest as more people play it and get tired of it or whatever, it's not new anymore. And I know just how ridiculously popular Fortnite is and how good 2018 was for Fortnite, but if you look at Fortnite interest over time here for example and you compare Overwatch and Fortnite, you can see that it's scaling up in 2017 for Fortnite, that is, and then keeping a lot of that interest in 2018. It's not falling off nearly as fast as Overwatch did, and that's something that I'm certain that Blizzard, Activision and every single other game developer and publisher are aware of, and that's why we're seeing a lot of these live services and a lot of post-launch focus for games lately. So what is Overwatch gonna do to shake up their way of doing things? Well, a lot of people seem to think that Overwatch aren't really doing anything. A lot of people seem to think that the developers are just working on seasonal events and skins and not actually working on changes for the game, and that's not really true. I would really want to give the devs some credit here because they work super hard on things that sometimes we don't even get to see. Take this for example, back in June in 2018, so quite a while ago, Blizzard and Jeff Kaplan himself actually said that Overwatch actually has a complete design for role queue that they've worked with and just are ready to kind of pull the trigger on, and that was back in June. Jeff has reiterated and reaffirmed people that yes, they are working on role queue and have tried a lot of different systems, but they're not quite sure how to go about it. They're not sure if it's the right way to go, and that's why they haven't pulled the trigger on that project. We also know that there was a social feature that was being worked on that was going to come out around the time of the Torbjorn rework back in I think October or September, but that was delayed to early 2019. Maybe we'll be seeing that soon, maybe not, but there's a reason as to why it's not been put in, and it's not because Blizzard have just been lazy and not been working on anything. It's because the Overwatch dev team aren't sure if that's the route they want to go down, and that's the thing. In 2019 they're probably gonna have to decide for a route to go down. I think Blizzard know this very well themselves, and probably the Overwatch dev team also know this. I really doubt we're gonna be seeing the exact same content cycle in 2019 for Overwatch, because again, looking at Blizzard franchises that are active right now, Overwatch is the one with so much potential, especially with it being such a young IP that they could do so much with. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Blizzard do with that. And I know a lot of people overall lose faith in Blizzard because of things like Diablo Immortal, but hear me out on this. Blizzard is so much more than just one entity. It's all these different people and all these different dev teams within it. And especially the Overwatch team, I think, have proven time over time again that they are incredibly skilled in all of the different fields that we have seen be tested within Overwatch. And with someone like Jeff Kaplan being in charge as well, I feel like Overwatch in 2019 could be really good. And this is where I want to get to sort of almost like call to action part, which is the devs need to be a little bit more transparent with this. We are kind of just left in the dark, hoping for things to change, hoping for updates, hoping for cool new ways of releasing content that isn't just a new map occasionally and a new hero 3 times a year. And we're barely getting even comments on things that might change like that. It's kind of just business as usual for them as people stop playing Overwatch for a bit, take breaks and such. And I don't know why exactly that is. I can only hope it's because they have bigger plans already, but I really would like to see the developers either A, being more transparent on their overall sort of roadmap, which I don't really see happening because they can't really reveal, oh yeah, we're announcing 5 new heroes at this particular time, or hey, yeah, we got Hero 32, this particular dude coming out in June. They're not gonna spoil all that, but if they could at least communicate a little bit more around this sort of stuff, I think it would restore a lot of faith in the Overwatch community when it comes to sitting around and waiting for new content to happen. I would just really like to see more communication there. There's been so many new titles recently focusing a lot on post-launch stuff. I'm sure you guys have seen roadmaps of various games just floating around recently, and I've been enjoying kind of comparing that and looking at that in comparison to Overwatch as well. I do some of those sort of videos on my own channel if you want to check that out and you want more stuff like this video. And doing that is kind of what prompted me to make this video here on Overwatch Central. But yeah, anyway, I really enjoyed making this video. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. That's all for now though. Thank you very much, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.